Hi everyone. Hello. How's everybody doing? I know I'm coming to you guys quite late this evening, but I thought, I've got to get on here and share a couple of things with my friends and everybody out there. So this is going to be really quick. Spending a wonderful couple of hours with this chick here, my daughter. And I have been here for a while and have not spent any time with her.
No time at all.
So this is well deserved, and it's about time. We were just having a little chat, and I was sharing a story with her that I want to share with you guys. And it's about happiness. And I know we just crossed the middle of the week, and you might have faced all kinds of tribulations and trials and difficulties and challenges already, and gearing up to face the rest of this week. But in spite of what we go through, my hope and desire and wish for you all is that we can find happiness regardless of what we're experiencing in life, and share that happiness with others. And so here's the story that I was just sharing with my daughter Gabrielle. And some of you might know this story because it's been around for a while. So there were two very, very ill men, and they ended up at the same hospital, and they ended up sharing the same hospital room. And one of the men would get daily treatments, and his treatments allowed him to sit up for about an hour each day. And during that time, he would just share wonderful stories with his roommate. Now, even when he didn't sit up for his treatment, they spent so much time together talking about life, talking about their wives, their families and children, all the places they visited and what vacation was like, and their jobs, their dreams, their desires, and their failures. And so they just really reflected on their life a lot and came to the conclusion that there are so many other things that they wanted to do and didn't do, but they had that time together to process their life. And every day during that 1 hour period of him receiving his treatment, the guy close to the window would sit up and force himself close to the window to get a view of the world, because they were in the hospital for such a long time that they really forgot what it looked like in the real world. And so this guy would spend his time just describing the beautiful scenery, the bright, brilliant rays of sunshine, the children playing, the boats in the lake that wasn't too far away, all the wonderful looks and sound of happiness, everything that you can imagine that was happening out there. He described it to his roommate. And then one day he sat up and he said, "Oh, you wouldn't believe this. There is this incredible parade that's happening right now. And it's so vibrant, and the people are jumping for joy, and they're walking down the streets, and the people just kept coming and coming." And, he described the beautiful skyline and how blue the sky was, and how radiant everybody was. And his roommate just started to live for these 1 hour periods a day. He couldn't wait for his roommate's treatment to happen so he can get that 1 hour look into the world. And sadly, one morning when the nurse came into the room, his roommate, the guy at the whose bed was close to the window, was lifeless. And so the nurses called for help, and they took him out. And of course, his roommate was quite sad. But as soon as he could, he said, "Would you mind moving me to the bed next to the window?" And his nurse said, "You know what? We really shouldn't be moving you a lot, but we're gonna grant you that request, and we'll move you." So that's what they did. They moved him to the window, the bed by the window. And just as soon as the nurse left and he found enough strength, through his pain, he propped himself up, and he got enough height to look through that window. And you wouldn't imagine his dismay, his shock, when he realized that out of that window was a brick wall. So the window faced the brick wall, and he's now totally blown away. And he says, well, how in the world could my roommate describe this beautiful scenery of life and all the vibrancy and all the happiness that existed when there's a brick wall? And so when the nurse came back in, he said, how is this possible? Well, what would motivate him to do that? Why would he take the time to describe all of these wonderful scenes to me? And the nurse said to him, he was blind. He couldn't see anything, and he just wanted to encourage you. And so through his mind's eye, he saw what he held on to that kept him going during that difficult period. And he got it. He got it. He got it. He said, oh my gosh, he did that for me. What an amazing gift that even during his pain, he forgot about his pain so he can bring me a little bit of happiness. He created that happiness for himself. He saw it in his mind's eye, and he shared it with me. And you know, I want to just share that with all of you to remind you that no matter what brick wall you are facing in your life, no matter what circumstances seem to be dark and dim and dismal, you can find some happiness in your life. You can absolutely create it, even in your mind's eye, if that's what you have to do. And then share it with the world. Share it with somebody. You never know what somebody's going through. They might need it more than you do. And that story just brings me such courage and such hope and such blessings that I just had to share it with you guys too, because you know what? Life happens. We all got stuff going on in life. Some days are more frustrating than others. Some days we just want to just, you know, give up and scream a little bit. I mean, that's life. It's part of the equation, guys. Let's embrace all of it. But in doing so, let's be sure to recognize the beauty that lies within and around and all around us, and hold on to the positive parts of life. Hold on to the happiness. And I'll tell you something. I am working on a major project that I'm super excited about. And it fits me so perfectly because it's about elevating happiness. And that's my happy place. That's where I reside. I really, stress and grief and strife, I really don't want it in my space. I want happiness. I want joy. I want peace. I want everything that's going to nurture that part of my soul that makes me a better human being, and in so doing helps other people to strive to be better as well. So I just want to encourage you to find some joy, even when it's dark and dismal and challenging, even when those walls that we're facing are in our heads. Get rid of those walls. If they're physical, if they're mental, if they're made up, if they're emotional, break those walls down. Break them down and see the happiness around you and share it with others. I didn't plan to stay this long, but I just got excited about sharing happiness with you guys. I pray that God will fill your lives with abundance and happiness. But you know what? I have a feeling that He's already blessed you with that, and you might not be seeing it or embracing it. So I pray that you can move the brick walls out of your life. It's loud out here. Sorry, it's noisy. Okay. So I pray that you can see the blessings that's already happening in your life, that you can find the happiness and you can reside in it, live in it. Let it immerse your space completely, and you will see the changes that happen in your life. But be sure to share it with others, okay? I'm gonna leave you guys. I'm gonna spend a little happy moment with this chica right here. I won't see her for a while, and so I'm gonna live what I said and do what I believe and spend a little happiness. Do you have anything you want to share?
Have a great night, everyone. And I'll see you again.
All right, guys. Have a wonderful night and blessings to all. Take care.